Good morning, folks. Welcome back. We're going to keep at the beanstalk today, but I think we're going to try to do a little bit more of a living space, sort of cramped tunnel again this time. So I think we're going to start with, instead of a cube, a curve spiral. And don't really care which one. Let's go with a spheric. Spheric looks good. It's a little steep, though. Can we adjust it this way? Counterclockwise looks good. Turn 2, 3. It's making a bigger one. We're not going to need that much space, though. So let's just do turn of 1 and SZ and squish it down. So we're going to have something more like that. That'll be our initial. And then 7. Ooh, neat. I do like how it sort of does that. That's a fun looking vibe. Okay. Let's see. And I'm going to scale. Let's put a person in here so we can see how big we are, because we're very small, I think, right now. Yeah, we are. So let's just scale this sucker up until we're about, I want to say, there. That seems good. And let's try giving it a geometry bevel of depth of 1.25. Oh, Control A, rotation scale. 1.25. Oh, come on. Fine. That's right, it's a curve. They get weird. Let's see. GZ. That's a pretty tall curve, actually. We can even make it smaller than that. Let's bring it in. Let's bring it into by the 3 cursor. I'm not sure that actually will change. No, it doesn't. That's still a tall curve. Let's take it down a bit more. We'll leave it that big just for cinematic purposes, basically. Cool. And I don't think we need to pump up the resolution on it. I think that's fine because we're going to mod it with terrain modifier anyway. That's more than we need, to be honest, because we can't see about much more than like that. But let's do it. I think we might even cut off some of it, though. Cool. Object convert to mesh. Control A, rotation scale. Okay, tab. Let's take a look. Yeah, that is more than we need. We really don't need more than to here. X faces. L X faces. Sure, whatever. No. Vertices. Because if we come back in again, all right, we're looking at it, and we got a whole way around to go before we get to anything resembling the outside. So that's cool. We'll use that. And let's go ahead and save. File, save as. Up, new, 250604.1. I got the date wrong yesterday. I don't know what we call it. Living tunnel. It's not really quarters, it's a tunnel. Great. Okay, I'm going to take this whole thing and bring it up to there. All transforms. And bring it in. Good deal. Now I want to build some like sleeping alcoves into this thing. So I think what we're going to do is take maybe those. Can kind of alternate it up. And we'll stay pretty regular. On that side, and then let's alternate it on this side. That would be a small one, so maybe we'll, yeah, it's fine. It'd be like a child's quarters. Okay, Alt-E, street faces along normals. Okay, and GZ, no. How do we want to do this? We want to make them relatively flat. We may have to do it one at a time. Let's try though. Individual origins and normal. And let's see, what's the normal on this? That's okay. X is up. SC0, cool. I'm just gonna have to manually do them, I think, but that's fine. Oh, come on. Normal's just too weird for me. We're just gonna kind of do it by hand. And that gives us, let's take a look from the inside, which is the only space that matters. That's way up there, but that's cool. I can live with that. Okay, come on. GZ down a little bit more. Maybe not quite that much. Let's see. SC0, flat. There we go. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Bring that to flat. And then we can, I don't know, just going to massage. It doesn't actually need to be that even. It's actually kind of be cooler if it's not, so it's fine. Let's do all these. SC0, SC0, cool, yeah. So flattening all these. That one gets quite weird, doesn't it? It's near your brain kind of starts to try to reorganize what you're seeing. There we go. Sure. I'm liking this, actually. This is going to work. We can actually do, because we're on individual origins, right? Right. Cool. Now we've just massively adjusted what this looks like, and that's cool. And we can kind of come in here and look, and speed up a little bit. And that's feeling pretty okay to me. I think I'm going to take maybe this one, faces, and make it a window to the outside world instead. And I think maybe, let's see, I'm going to remesh all this stuff anyway, so we can kind of do whatever we want to. Cool, that can also be a window. And that can also be a window. If we look at it, Come in here. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Let's assume that's going to work for right now. I'm maybe going to make this one a little bit longer and up. Just kind of warp it out a little bit. And this one, kind of the same. Although I'm going to add some thickness to this in just a sec, too. Great. It's great to see. That looks good. We've already kind of warped our tunnel out just by doing this a bit, so I don't know how much more we need to. Just putting those things in there stretched it into weird ways, which is fun and good. Okay, so it's turn off our human. 276 faces right now. Okay, so let's take it to quad remesh it to 500. See what that looks like. That looks better. I think we can do more. Yeah. Let's do a little more. Let's go to like 750. That looks okay. Cool. And get rid of the original spiral. We have decided we are good with that. Now, how do we want to handle this? I'm going to need some thickness to do what I want with it. Do I apply it after or before? I think after. Let's try. We'll see. Terrain, trainer base. Strength of 2. And strength of 2. And scale of 0.1 and 0.1. And decimate of 0.075. Cool. Edge crease of 0. Yeah. That's looking okay. I think. Mesh resolution of 5. Let's try that. Better. Still pretty low. Let's try decimation of 0.05. And we're still like under 200K for polys. That's not bad at all. I want to see if it does anything different with how it handles these edges. Let's just turn it off here. Q, kill the sharp marks and see if it does. See if it cares. I don't know if it does or not. Maybe it did. Maybe that's different. I can't really tell. I think it might be. We don't want sharp anyway. That's looking pretty cool. Getting these fun little like just cubbies for people to sleep in, which I like. On our flat terrain here, I'm actually going to cut our strength down to like 1. Does that change anything? Was that the first one? Yeah. Can't really tell if it did anything at all. Let's try again. 2. Let's look at the top. Oh, well, one other thing I want to try. Tab. Shift N inside. See if that makes a difference. maybe it made a difference. Let's see. Strength of 0.5 will really push it low. That flattened that down. Yeah, okay. There we go. I like that better. And strength of 1. We're going to keep it really smooth. Yeah. That might be a little too low. What do we think? Yeah. 5. And we're going to smooth our iterations like 25 times. That takes it very smooth. Then we can maybe, let's take it down to like 10. Even strength of 5. What's that going to do? Just trying to play around and see. That's too much. 2 again here. And 1 here. And I think we'll cut our iterations down to 5. Just so it still has some of that roughness to it. Okay. That's not bad. All right. I think I'm going to go ahead and use it. Well, I can always back it up, but that'd be fine. Apply all. Morning, Rob. Morning, Micah. Good to see both of you. Yeah, I'm doing well. Trying another variation on how to make these sort of cave structures. But I liked yesterday's, so. Okay. I want to smooth that edge out. That edge is bugging me just a bit there. Actually, that's not an edge. Well, that is. Okay. So let's grab it and sculpt mode. And just smooth here. Oh, I got to apply first. Or I ain't going to do much. More bees. So you're going to get more bees today, so don't worry. No worries there. Apply all. Cool. Now we can smooth. Get that little weird ledge thing done. That looks better. Yeah. That one's looking good. Let's just walk through the whole thing. Okay, that edge looks good. I know we're going a little slow, but whee! Okay, that we can smooth. We could take a look from the outside if it makes any sense. I kind of want to get it right before we go to the next step. Smooth that. Okay, that looks all right. Most of these are looking pretty good from the outside, at least. That's a little steep. Let's smooth that down. Oh, they're all going to be isolated pieces. This is, because I'm not making a video game, this is very much the way film would do it. They're just individual sets. If I were making a video game, I would, have to do that, but obviously, no. I'm trying to keep it to the general size of the outside one that we made so that it feels like they could go together, but I'm not actually going to try to do it. So you're just going to cut a lot. I am a TV guy. Okay. That's looking all right, I think. Outside definitely does look like a big sick colon here. Of course, sort of the whole thing that they're in, too. There we go. I was looking at the underground cities in Turkey for inspiration for a lot of this. And that feels really nice. Yeah. Let's just smooth this down here. What the heck is that? Object mode, edit 1. Oh, I see. There's just some weird whatever here. That's a weird thing. I'm gonna, Wow. How do we want to fix that? Control X. Okay, I see. Yeah, it's not real. Let's see. Merge by distance. Okay. There we go. And then K, let's just knife this back a little bit there. Come on. Actually, 1. Let's get rid of that. And then 3, face, poke the face. There we go. Now we kind of, yeah, we fixed it. We kept our geometry good. Cool. Save. Now, so we got that. We need to apply some thickness now so we can get into doing some interesting stuff. Add modifier solidify. We want to go out. Oh, about that much. But we're going to turn off even thickness. Okay, so it should still look pretty much okay on the inside. It does. Okay, and then we're going to need to apply all on that too, and save. So now our cave system has thickness, which we will need to do so that we can generate the weirdness that we're going to do now. Tab. We need to create an area that we're going to grow some bee organic stuff on. And because I don't want to do it across everything, maybe. I'm not entirely sure yet, to be honest, how much we want to do this. I think the first thing we're going to do, though, is duplicate it. Let's just keep a M, new collection, and we're going to call it rock. And turn it off. So I could do the whole thing. All right, so what I'm debating is I want to make this grow. I'm going to use my mycelium growth thing basically for that. But I'm not sure if I just want it to grow in certain sections or the whole thing. Let's try the whole thing first and just see what it does. Geometry nodes. Differential growth. So we can give it a vertex group, in which case it will only grow in parts of it. Or we can grow the whole thing. Well, let's start growing the whole thing and just see what we get. We won't even, we're just going to run a default test on it. Play. If we grow the whole thing, we get weird like that. You know, I want it to be bigger, I think, actually. Voxel size, or no, scale 0.5 of our noise. Yeah. Noise intensity of, let's go to 10. Now let's see. I'm just going to probably run this a couple times till I figure out basic what I want. So that's giving us some growth. It's mostly growing outward. Let's see what it looks like inside the tunnel. We getting anything? A little bit. I think we need to increase this scale back to like 2. And growth direction. So this is going to point it in like an actual physical direction. I wish I had a way to get it to grow in the middle, but I don't right now. I just want it to grow along the normal, basically. I don't think I can do that, though. Let's just try it again. Maybe I'm going to take this to 0.1. Because we are going to remesh it anyway again. That may makes it bigger. So that's the outside growing. Is the inside also growing? It is, yes. Okay, no, that's not bad. So if we turn back on rock, you can kind of see where we're getting. And I'm gonna actually, let's see, random, they're random, yeah. Object, no. Material, no. They just happen to be the same freaking material. Like, that's not random if they're a different color. There we go. I don't care, I just want a different color. So that would be rock and growth on this one if we did that way. Inside. Or we could grow the whole thing. I'm not sure. That looks cool though. Because the other option would be to grow basically inside those cubbies is kind of what I was thinking. Let's try that and see. I'm gonna drop back, turn off rock again. And this object, tab. I'm just gonna come in here and very roughly. It's hard when it's so narrow to select stuff. We're just gonna grab all of that. Whee! Not that. And did it again. And let's just plus, plus, plus. Okay, that's not bad. Take those and give that a vertex group of group, because I'm lazy. Okay. Then on the other side, come over here. There we go. Grab this one. Great. Plus, 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 plus. Cool. Assign it. Okay. So we've done those top two now. This is on the outside. We should be able to come to that and use it to get to the inside. Yes. There's the inside. Okay, cool. Grab some whatever. I'm gonna increase the size enough, it doesn't really matter. And assign. Cool. And then this one. Whee! Plus, 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 plus. Add that. Cool. Assign. And then that's a wander down here. That's a hole. Great. Cool. Assign. Me and my sound effects, right? Well, that's weird, but okay, whatever. Fix that if I need to. Plus, 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 plus. Assign. Oh God, am I doing? Oh, that could be a problem. That's a problem. Well, maybe not actually, but let's not do it anymore. I grabbed that whole wall and assigned it to when I increased my plus, plus, plus. But so it's going to go beyond at least a little bit, but that's okay, maybe. Let's not do it again. And select. Cool. Deselect. Good. Is that all of them? That might be all of them. Okay. Well, let's see what we got then. Select. I want on the outside too. Control I. C. I don't want to go on the outside. So to all those. Cool. And oh, I know why. It's because there's some poke throughs. Right. Okay. All that and remove. So now we should be able to select. We have that. It is going to go along that roof there. And we get a little bit of section. That might be too much. Let's just invert. Let's see. There we go. And remove. And then select again. Oh, don't do that. Select again. Cool. So that looks all right. We got a bit on that ceiling there. Let's see if we want to keep that. Let's get rid of it, at least mostly. And remove. And select. Okay, cool. Cool. Excellent. Save. Okay, let's come back now here and to our modifier. Now we can use our vertex group. And now it should only grow those areas. So let's see what that does. Oh, let's look at it 20. Yeah, see, it's growing those for sure. Let's see at 25. Go to the end. Definitely has grown those and warped those out some. I think I'm going to go a little bit more, like 50. Yes, I think that's better. 50, we're getting that. And we can turn back on rock. And you can see we have a choice to make because we can either leave it rock, or we can say they've covered the whole area, but only some of them have growth. The other option, lots of options. I think we're going to do the other option just from a speed or a performance perspective too. We're going to come back and do this again. Rewind. That's tab and select our groups. Yes. And I think Shift D, P, selections. I'm going to get rid of the other one. Yes. Because I think I want to keep the rock. So like, I don't know. Like I said, I'm just playing with this to kind of come up with the way I like doing it. There's not, I wish I could say I'm like, oh, I know exactly what I'm doing, but I don't. Do we not get that other side? That doesn't look right. Oh, well, that's a... did this one not get selected? Okay, it did not. Edit, undo history. Select vertex group. There we go. So that one didn't get any kind of a selection. And we want to have something. C plus 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 plus. Assign it. Is that the last one? Shift hide. No. No. Select. Shift hide. Yeah, okay. So we got, yeah, those seem good. I think that's it. Shift D, P, selection. So we'll keep that one. Now this, we're going to move back to original, just in case we want it later. And what? Undo. Ugh, no. Okay. Wait, this. Select. Shift D, P, selection. Okay. Why are you being a little bitch? All right, whatever. Delete. Alt hide. Fine. Select. Yeah, we got all those. Yes. Shift D, P, selection. Oh, I know why. Tab. Yeah, there they all are. It's not solidified. Add a modifier. Generate. Well, it's just, yeah. Generate. Solidify. Above that sucker. Not even. Thickness. And tab. 0.1. I'm just going to nuke that. There we go. Two. Let's see. Yeah, it's going out. That's fine. And apply. And we can grab it back from here again, right? Yeah. On. So we can take this, on, this, and this. Link. Copy modifiers. There we go. Now turn this off again. There we go. Now, does it still have the vertex group? Let's see. I don't even know if it does. No, it makes the whole thing the vertex group, sadly. So it's going to grow on the outside too, which is a waste, but whatever. I don't care. I don't know if there's a great way to avoid that. I could cut it apart, but yeah, I don't care. Okay, so let's go back here. We won't even bother using the vertex group just to make it simple. And generate. Ooh, yeah. That looks pretty cool. So if we turn on the rock, let's see. So now we have this growing out from that. That seems cool. Oh, I can dig on that. And we haven't really punched up our vertex size. So we could drop our voxel size, but it's going to make smaller bumps. And I kind of want those bumps bigger. So I think I'm actually pretty good with that. Let's see. You could still walk past that if you wanted to, which is kind of important to me. Our window hole still feels like it's there, and it kind of goes outside, which is kind of neat too. You can see that. The bees maybe go outside too. Nice. So let's save. And I think I'm going to apply it. And there is our very funky group. Now let's take a look at it. Not bad. I want to quad remesh it. Not that low. Abort. To quad count 100,000. Come on. sometimes quad remesh seems to get weirded out by this thing. So we may have to do a regular remesh first and then try it. It did advance to 1%. You know what? I might not even need to. Let's try it without it. So that's going to be a lot of polys, though. So what I want to do now, we'll try it without it. See what it does. Is go over here and tissue and dual mesh it. Source faces are quad faces. This does some funky stuff. It's okay. Yes, we can get rid of the other one. This is the original. M to original R. Orig. Okay. And I'm just going to move that to original as well. Cool. The dual mesh, we look at it, turns everything into hexagons, which when you're dealing with bees is pretty cool. Because now we can select all and individual inset each and every one of these little bastards. That's way too much, clearly. Thickness of 0.01. Yes. Then we can. I want to try something. Shift E and harden that down up a lot. Okay. Cool. Alt E faces along normals. The problem is we're going to throw a wall here, but let's go with 0.05. Is that more or less? I can't remember. Yeah, there we go. Maybe a bit more. 0.09. Okay. And if we turn off, so now we have that back. Did I go the wrong way? I went the wrong way. Edit, undo history. Back to the edge crease. Okay. Normals minus 0.09. That gives us that, which I kind of like. Now, how we're up to 1 million freaking polys, sadly, though. Let's see what happens if we add a smooth with a repeat of like 256. I want to really relax it. Let's see what happens. That's a little too much. 20. Even that might be a little too much still. Yeah. 5. More than 5. 8. 10. An object shade smooth. I like it, but I think we might need to sadly extrude in more than that we did if we're going to do it this way. which is coming along, so that's fine. Undo history. This means we got to go back to edge crease. Now, Alt-E on normals. Minus 0.12. Yeah. Let's try that. Add a modifier to form smooth 10. That feels about what it should be. Object shade smooth. That feels better, I think. Let's follow along inside of our tunnel. That does feel better. Now we can get funky, I think. Or try to. I'm going to apply that. Let's take this object. I like it. Tab. What do I have selected? Oh, I do have those selected. Oh, okay. So I really want to try this, and I really think it's going to explode. But I really want to try this. Shift-D. P. Selection. But I really think it's going to explode. So both are true. We have the inside face of every single thing of honeycomb here now. Yes. Yes, we do. Now, I want to, maybe what we'll do, tab 3, select random. And we want to select, I'm going to say a third of them. And we're going to delete them. Did I delete faces? Yeah, that's fine. I guess I did. Good. So that's 2/3 remaining. It's still, okay, it's not that many. Hear me talk to myself? I'm like, okay. Now, add modifier. Not add mode. Solidify. Other way, and they go in. So it's going to be, I hate this, -1 and 0.05. That'll be solo. That's going to, all of them stick in, right? And they're, I'll turn this one back on. Yes. Oh, I still want this to work. Hey, Patrick. I really want this to work. Actually, I might be able to use it either way. That's kind of not bad even on its own. But let's try this. I want to take this object and duplicate it. New collection. In case. Hide it. This object here, apply all. Now, hey, Michael. If we move this It's in rock, but let's move this thing to rock as well. So they're both inside the same thing. Save. This object. Fluid lab. Add a fluid group. It's going to be geometry. Yeah, I don't want the inflow from all those. Geometry. And then add. And it's thinking. It added them. Is it too small? And then we're going to add colliders to there. That's a collider. And that's a collider. And rewind. Sure. Rewind. And play. Is my water too small? Fluid settings. Particles 10, particle size, total particles 10. We need more particles than that. That's why. Okay. Resolution 200. This is probably stupid, but I really want it to work. So we're going to see. If it doesn't, we're just going to fake it. But it's worth trying. Yeah, I think it's going to be unhappy. That's a lot of emission faces. I was kind of afraid of that. Not really surprised, to be honest. Let's give it another 30 seconds, and then we'll kill it. Kind of trying to push my luck to have all of these honeycomb sections dripping all at once in a sim. Yeah. Let's kill it. Bye, Blender. Again, I don't really... I'm not mad at it for this one. This is one of those like, you know. I think we can come up with a way to make it look like it's working without having it to do the same thing. So we can use this. So the first thing is we can, let's see, Control 1. If we do that, let's see, even just subdividing this thing is kind of big. Maybe even too big. Yeah, you know, if subdividing something is going to be a pain, then... All right, I have the wrong object selected. No, so I had the right one selected. We will get there. So, yeah. Great. I don't even know that I need it, though. Doesn't really do much. Let's get rid of it. Instead, let's do a smooth. Which is... come on. Smooth. There, and repeat like 25.2. Is it doing anything? Yeah, not what I want. Great. Q. It's just object shade smooth. Okay. And let's see. Sadly, I didn't keep the original flat one, did I? But I think I can still get it. Well, might be all right. We'll try one more thing. Save. And we did this on something, probably more polys than this yesterday, right? Right. So let's see it. Yeah. Slime generator on it. It's going to voxel remesh it all. Yeah. See, that's not bad. Let's see what it looks like. Now we're dripping honey from all those spots. That is freaking cool. That's what we wanted. That is indeed what we wanted. Cool. Nice. You know what? I pretty much just like the way that looks. I don't even really think I need to change too much on it. I think we're good. Let's just apply it. Because we got other things we want to do to it. Okay. And we haven't gotten any materials yet, but we're definitely going to need to do honey and stuff later. Okay, so this is going to be new collection, honey. Now let's just turn it off for right now. Okay. Now, I want to try. Do I have an ridge? I have these things, don't I? I wonder, is that going to be... That's not that many polys. That we might be able to use as a water generator. And that could be cool. Let's try it. Fluid Lab. Add. Geometry. Cool. Add. And rotation and scale. Those are big balls. And then this is going to be a collider. And this is going to be a collider. Okay. Save. Now let's see. Play. Okay, it's working, but those balls are way too big. I don't know why it's making it so big. So let's look and see. Fluid, resolution. Come on. There's only 200 particles. That's kind of bullshit. Why are they so large? Emit from faces. Is that going to give us any different? Gives us more. Let's do the volume though. Let's see. Let's try bringing it up slowly. 40. Okay, that's better. 60. Better. 100. Better. Okay. I think we can do better though. Let's try 150. That should take us up into like 100,000 particles, I'm guessing, maybe. Let's see. It seems to be exponentially growing. 67,000. Okay, that's not bad. And 6 centimeters on a particle. I want to go a little higher. 200. We're going to try. Bet you a lot of them are going on the outside too, sadly. But let's see. We're going to go with that. 150,000. Cool. Presets. We're going to set it as honey. This might have been how I should have done it even in the beginning, but I think I like the slime one too, so we'll use it. Stinking. All right. Moment of truth. Not looking good. Not looking good. Let's end task. Bye, Blender. Okay, so that's too many particles. We're going to do it with a little bit less and see what we can trickery afterward. That's just too complicated. The other thing we're going to do might make our life easier. Actually, I know it will make our life way easier. We're going to remove the dual mesh from there. Save. And we're going to go to resolution. Let's start with 100. Let's see if it works. We got rid of a bunch of complexity by removing that honeycomb from its intersection point too. So let's see. That's, oh yeah, see, that's way better. Falls right through. All right, so we can maybe go higher. And we need to set the honey too. It's still not honey. But let's go to 200 now that we're not dealing with the other one. I think that'll make it a lot better. And if not, we'll kill it and do it again. You know. $200 and preset honey set. Thinking. Really wanted to play with the dual mesh again to get the honeycomb, and that turned out well, so I'm happy about that. Come on. Okay. Save. Play. We got a movement. It's moving. Not moving fast, but it's moving. $200 still maybe a bit much for what we're trying to do here. In a stream, anyway. It's going, though. Become so spoiled. We're like, oh, I want to do a sim like this. Like, man, 10 years ago, this would have been a dream. No one could do this on their own computer. Now it's like, yeah. What do you mean I can't do, hundreds of thousands of simulated honey droplets falling? Okay. We got more than we need to, sadly. But we kind of have to sit through it. That's all right. Very therapeutic to watch it fall, right? Thanks, math. Math is awesome. We're almost 2 seconds in. And it's not going to be enough. So let's increase our N to 100. I want to go some more. Ooh, okay, that was weird. All right, I'm going to actually try cutting it down a little bit. Let's cut it down to like 150. Because we have all the slime too. you could, but I don't know that would help me any in terms of speed. So I'm going to try also going from faces instead of volume. I mean, I'd still have to render it. So the problem is the live stream. Like, it would work. I could make it work with the higher number. It just would be me sitting at my computer for an hour while it chugged away, which isn't really interesting to watch. So I'm trying to balance, that. And from a concept art perspective, it's a good idea to get in the habit of doing that. It's like there's the right way and the quick way. Pick the quick way. um, let's see. Come on. Oh, I know what the problem was. I see. Have to fix that too. The lifetime was only set to 50 because originally the animation was set to 50, not 100. So they all disappeared at the end of the lifetime. This is weird, though. This shouldn't be taking this long. As long as my CPU count in Blender changes, I'm inclined to believe it's doing something. Yeah, it is. Okay. Lifetime. I'm just going to set a lifetime of 200 just in case we want to go more later. I think it may have actually increased our count. Let's look too. I want it to have a little less volume. I'm just trying to cheat at that. We had a lot of it falling. I like Sims though. Come on. We're waiting. There we go. No, it's only 45. That should be okay. All right, let's save and play again, see if this is any faster. It's fewer particles, significantly fewer. Yeah, it seems like it's going faster. That's better. Ah! Want to like play Ride of the Valkyries or something, There are other ways I could have done this. I just wanted to try it with a sim. I could have also taken the ground and remeshed it and all that kind of stuff. And we may yet do that if this doesn't work, but I wanted to play. It's like a river of honey now coming down our thing. Feeling pretty good about that around 70 on, though. So let's see where it changes between that and 100. But I like it up here and along that, so. Yeah, in fact, I think we're getting too far. Let's pause it. I'm gonna go back to like 72. I liked it there. And let's make a mesh. There's our mesh. And I'm going to apply all, right? Yep. And move it to honey and get rid of fluid lab. And turn back on honey and see what we got. It's not awful, but it's not great. Let's see. Lots on the ceiling. I was afraid of that. Okay. But it's also not huge polygon-wise, so that's great. Mesh, cube, scale up, 1. Go bye-bye. Apply all. Cool. So like I said, we're getting some on the roof above us, but that's not a big deal. Okay. Now, I want to try, let's see. I like this, but I feel like it's a little too bumpy for one thing. Let's take it, add modifier, deform, smooth. Let's start with just smooths are fast, so I always like to try them first. I often just kind of get where we want to be. And this one's not unpleasant for that. Woo! It's kind of not really worth my time, though, sadly. I think we are getting to the point where maybe it didn't work. But we're going to keep trying these things until we find a use for it. I'm going to set the camera just so I'm here, too. And I get pulled back to it every time. Let's just see. Turn off the smooth. Yeah. No, it's not really working for me. I think we're just going to... I won't delete it, but let's move it to in case. Come back to our ground. And tab. And C. Doing that. Come on. There we go. C. Select all that. I'm going to do a plus, so it doesn't really matter if it misses any pieces. Select that and shrink it down a little bit. Come in there. Okay. There. Could have done this in the beginning and it would have saved us time, but you know, whatever. Again, I want to play with things. That's kind of the whole point of doing these streams, is just to try stuff. Okay, let's see. Great. Great googly moogly. Okay. And so that's got all that. Let's just, I don't want that selected. I don't even know why it was. Control plus, 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 plus. 0. That looks pretty good. And we can even just sort of fake some here. Up, up. This is out of our camera right now, but it won't be. That looks good. Shift D, P, section, tab. Grab it. Select it. Cool. I'm just gonna, it doesn't need to be anywhere near this this high poly, because we're gonna mess with it anyway. So let's remesh it to, it's 20,000 now, like 7,000. Try that. Delete the original. That looks good. Now let's solidify it. Up some. Cool. And Control 1. There we go. Maybe Control 2. We can take it higher. Okay. That's smoother. Gives us more options. And now add a modifier, deform, and a smooth. We haven't applied any of these yet. That's how lightweight this is compared to the other stuff we were doing. Let's see. 64. Cool. Great. And actually, before we do any of these, let's turn them all off. Tab A, Shift Q. Yep. This utility, quick displacement from random flow, and strength of 1 is going to be too much. Yes. 0.2, 0.5. Let's do 0.33. Sure. And mid-level of 0. So go up, yes, and 0.2 then down lower. Okay. And now, did I get rid of all of my modifiers? Oh, I did, didn't it? Yeah, bastard. Well, in that case, let's do it again. But I have to do it anyway. Quick displacement. Mid-level of 0. Yeah. Subdivision cut of 1. There we go. Strength of. Cool. Just adding some bumps to it. And, you know, wasting time probably, but that's okay. I'm all right with that. So, Q, add modifier, solidify. Up just a bit. And we need to turn off even thickness now. Now we've added the displacement to it. Cool, there's a solidify. And then we can do another that. And then smooth. And we can just roll and add till we get to where we want to be. That looks good. And then apply all. The other way to make a stream of honey on the ground, which we've now done. Now we're going to go grab our honey material from yesterday because are we even in that folder? Honey. Weird. Just put us there automatically. Let's try using it. Honey. And see if that's going to work for us. Let's solo it. Yeah, that's the honey material from yesterday. Cool. Nice. And then we can take this and this, link materials. So this is also honey now. Right. Now we want to grab our tunnel material from yesterday. Append, but now we actually are going to have to go get it. Chapel, yep. new, and material, and I call it honey 0 in this one. I don't know. I'm just going to bring that in just to make sure. It's not a different one. And red desert rock. Okay. Our ground, tab A, U, smart UV project it, unwrap it, and assign red desert rock to it. And camera, photographer, just set our exposure back to like 5 so I can see what the heck I'm doing. Take a look. That looks cool. This should be wax. The spiral's red as a rock. Yeah, this should be a wax. I'm going to move it to, now that doesn't need to do any intersection, to new collection, honeycomb. And I mean, I can just grab wax from another one, or just, I think I got a wax here already, don't I? Let's look. Nah, I'm just going to grab it. I know I've got it. I liked it. Append, up, up, up. Witch hut interior. Kind of, it'll be a neat tie-in if it's exact, because that means the witch's candles will be made out of this honeycomb, which would be fun. Where's wax? Candle wax. Yes. And this is going to be candle wax. I do not use ZBrush. I have an old license that in the old days they used to automatically let them upgrade it. The last time that was the case was I think 2020. So that's the last version. I have a version of 2020. I have not paid for it since then. I've heard bad things overall about what they're doing from a user who doesn't want to, from a user perspective. From a corporate bullshit perspective, it sounds great. I don't have a huge opinion on it because, again, I don't use it very much. I've tried to learn it 3 times, and every time I've been like, I hate this fucking thing, and I stop. So what that says with ZBrush, I don't know. I get basically everything I need at this stage from either Blender or Nomad Sculpt on my iPad. Those both typically give me where my sculpting stuff. Clearly, it's a great tool in terms of effectiveness. I hate the UI. Like, words cannot describe how much I hate the UI. And as a former computer consultant and person who designed UIs, I hate the UIs. There were no UX designers back when I did it, but that was the job. Nomad is awesome. I've been using Nomad for a long, long time now, and it is really good. Okay. So we're dark in here. We need to add some lights or fake some lights or something. Fog will help too. So let's do that next. Ground fogs. God ray fog. Nomad's had a desktop beta for as long as I've been around. So whether maybe it's coming. That would be cool. But I kind of like using it on my iPad. Oh, come on. I don't mind. I mean, it would be great for people who don't have iPads, but I like the iPad interface. Oh yeah. Alpha brushes work great in all things. They also work great in Nomad. I've grabbed a bunch of alpha brushes for ZBrush that I use in Nomad. Rotation and scale. Shading. We all know what I'm doing here. Same old conversion. volume scatter to emit. I'll do it this way this time. And let's set our camera. Alexa, lens. Oh, come on, lens. Anamorphic. We're going to go to 35. And resolution too wide. We haven't done really anything to this. It's just been a lot of tweaking, but that's all right. Let's see. Yeah, I understand. I have my iPad from before, and it's the only. I have an app, an iPad, and an iPhone, but the iPhone I would get rid of. The iPad I would not. We're gonna need more light than that. Or we're gonna need to go closer to our lights. One of the two. Feeling's kind of cool. I kind of wanted to put some man-made stuff in this scene, and it kind of just escaped me, to be honest. I didn't really just get to it. This tunnel here is kind of bugging me a bit. Let's see. Tab 3. Good, we can do that way. O. On. Connected only. GZ. Wider. And let's rotate it. That way. We're going to do that. We've actually decreased that light so that we can add other light and have it work. I think. Yeah, that should be good. Okay. Maybe we'll do the same thing here. Grab this one. E. Or just G. Bring that out. Cool. Yeah, I like that more. And R. And up to the sky and out a little bit more. Okay. Locked out the sky just a bit, but now we can put lights in those holes and get us more what we want. Get another one up here that we can really punch through too. Let's try that. Lights. I'm just going to nuke Fluid Lab. It's getting in my way. We don't need it anymore. Still going. Let's just lock all the fog so you can't mess with it. Okay. Here. Lights. Shift A. Light. Area. We're going to make it 3 meters. Rotate. So it kind of goes that way. Like that, going down our hole. We can even rotate it a bit more. Okay. See if that's going to be good. Color 10,000 and power 500 to start with. Let's see what that gives us. Nice. I'm glad it worked out. That's too bright, but that's kind of a neat idea. Okay, 100. Yeah. 50? Maybe. We need some foreground light too. Let's see. I'm going to Shift D this one instead of Alt D because I might want to change the power on it. And bring it in. It's kind of very similar to the other light, so I don't know if it's going to make much difference. They're kind of coming at the same kind of angle. But no, that's cool. That does give us a layering of that to that. I don't think we're going to see anything from the top one, which makes sense because it's way to fuck up there. We could put just a bit of light down here in our base too. Let's do a point. Point? Yeah, we'll try a point. We might switch it to an area. That's kind of neat. I worry that the whole thing just feels a little bit too abstract right now. Like I know what it is, but would it be better if we could show that more? Maybe. Okay, that point light might be too bright. Let's cut it down to 5. Yeah, that's better. That looks like a skull to me. That's kind of fun. So we don't have any kind of like human-centric stuff in this tunnel anymore. But I mean, it's not awful. It's just, from a concept perspective, it might be a little better if we had something. But it's going to be really hard to integrate it now with the other stuff too. It's a come here tab. Yeah, that's a problem. I'm just going to G push that back in. There we go. Push. It was a cut through. Didn't want it, but that's easy to fix. Cool. All right. We could put. Let's see. Import glib, or actually F4. Where are we at? Oh, we're not in the right place because it put us back in fogs. Live stream, chapel, object. Lots of freaking bees. It was called like project, wasn't it? M cube. I think it's M cube. Let's see if I'm right. Was I right? I was not right. Let's just open another one. Come on. No, Blender doesn't want to open a new one anymore. Append. Retopo cube. 1. Come on. I don't remember. Let's see. Well, up here. Okay, good. Chapel. More bees! Bees are coming. Don't worry. I know I'm a little over, but, you know, hey. You folks are used to that. I mean, to the point Michael just makes fun of me about it now, so. Everyone's picking on me. Yeah. I just want to grab this. It's cheesy, but Yeah, I don't need the alter anymore. Did I delete the other one? Undo. Okay. Object set origin to 3D cursor. Object set origin geometry to origin. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Let's scale it up a bit. Local. Let's line it to there. So it's leaning there. Cool. So there. 3D cursor, RX. To right there. Cool. All right. That's kind of cool. I want to change my, I think my ground needs to be adjusted just a little bit. Yeah. UV editing. S5. Let's see if that's better. I feel like it was the scaling was off on it, making it hard to see. That feels more like rock now. Yeah, it definitely does. That's better. Let's see, does that help us? I think it does. I'm going to turn this. Where's my exposure? I'm going to go back to 7. Yeah. 7 might be a little much. 6. Let's do 6. Grab this light. And set its power back up to like 50. Cool. And then our point light, power back up to like too much. No, that feels pretty good. Now we need some bees. I think, let's see. Fauna Sketcher. We're gonna draw add bees. And it should have put it down here. Bees, draw, yes. And tab. Let's just bring it over towards our camera first. And I don't really need them to go in a particular way, but tab 7, or which one? This one. G. No, so it's a full K circle thing. I'm just gonna turn it off in edit mode. And then just draw like that. And use origin. There we go. Take a good one. Take care, Micah. Have a good one. I can speak. Take a good one. Right. Take a good one. Oh, I think these are too big, aren't they? They were like 10. And we want them 5 to stay with our, yes. Let's see. That feels better. I think I want to bring in a light here. Light, Shift A, a spotlight. And we're going to go to 3D cursor and GZ that way. Don't want to leave the area though. Cool. We're going to set it to 10,000 again. We're going to set our size to like 20 degrees and a massive, very smooth blend. Yeah, pretty much, right? Power. Take it to 50 so we can see it. That's a little too narrow. And maybe a little too high up too. Yeah, we want to go more like that. And we're going to set our size to like 60. 60 is too much. 45. Better. Let's try even 35. 35 looks good. We'll kind of power it back down to 25. Just so we have some light, dark going back into there. And so we can see some bees too. Save. We got our little standing thing here, which I like. Excuse me. One more maybe, just because I can't quit. Something very simple though. Big, medium, small. Grand Baz. Optimize 2K. Just like a platform or something. It just feels like leftover ruins of something. Can I bring this in? Object set origin to 3D cursor. Object set origin, geometry to origin. Cool. Alt R. RZ 180. I put like just like a little sort of platformy thing here. Like that. And okay. That feels good to me. And save. And I could try one more thing, which would be to give it some slime on top of it to unify it. Let's see if it goes too far. I don't want as much maybe as some of the other ones. Slime gen on top. Cool. That's not bad. Let's see. And scale 0.1, 0.2, yeah, 0.15. That seems all right. Let's do that. So we can see we got some goo going on it. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Apply all. Just look at that object again, and then our materials for it need to be our honey? FL honey. And wood planks dark. Good. I think that's going to go a long way towards giving us something. Yeah. Particularly in other shots. I think that'll be very helpful. And this is still set to wax. It is good. I think we're just about there, folks. We've got ourselves... I'm kind of trying to lay something up for some of the other angles as well. But I feel like that's looking pretty close to like what we would want it to be. We've got our insects. Or bees are not insects, but whatever. We got our bees. Photographer. Focus. Here. It brings those into sharp for the first one. That's not bad. I don't think we want to be much brighter than this. It feels dark, but I think that that's okay for this shot. We maybe could brighten this one up just a little bit. Let's try it to 100. It doesn't really change much. That's all right. Let's do that. And maybe this one up to 75. Sure. The add geese button, yeah. I like add crows personally, but you know, hey. That's a really cool plugin. I like it a lot, actually. Anything that lets you just sort of add those like little touches that can really help, particularly in the back of a shot. Like, it's a stream of whatever, you know, it's good. Nice. I think that's... I love that that looks like a skull to me. That's just really fun. I think we're good. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. I appreciate it. And yeah, I add crows all the time whenever possible. Yeah. I think I've got at least one more room I want to do in this space before we move on. I might try to push it to 2 and just make it the whole week. Have a week of the beanstalk. But I will be back again tomorrow, same time, and hopefully I'll see you then. In the meantime, take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. And yeah, later.